So this is the Euro Pound analysis for Tuesday, 31st of October. Now let's just have a look. Let's just keep it on this execution time frame, and let's see where we are. So as we can see here, I'll just grab a pen. We've had a series of lower highs, which is a bearish sign. So we've had a high up there. We've had a bit of a double top and a sell-off. Again, a lower high. And we've had a lower high here again. Lower high, and what appears it's going to be another lower high. So we had a series of lower highs indicating some bearishness in the euro against the pound. Again, the fundamental catalyst being the ECB extending QE into September 2018 and a degree of dovishness and them expressing a willingness to act if there's further weakness within the eurozone. So that the fundamental catalyst for the euro is at present bearish. We do, however, have this week, we do have the interest rate decisions from the Bank of England, so that everybody expects a rate hike. So again, that is bullish for the pound. So bullishness for the pound and the fundamental catalyst being weak for the euro, we should see further selling of the euro pound. Now let's just have a look at what happened today on the 30th. So on the 30th, we've had a bit of a consolidation. We didn't get a proper test of this 88.51 level. Instead, we came pretty close. We went all the way up to 88.48.6, so 88.49. So within a pip or so of this, 2 or 3 pips of this 88.51 level, and we saw some strong selling momentum come in by where we have this black triangle here. So we do see the selling momentum come in, and we seem to have recovered a little bit to up to this minor weaker pivot in around 88.20. We do see a bit of beariness at present. So if this recovery here doesn't materialize for a test of the 88.51 level, so if we do not materialize for a test of 88.51, where we could see test of 88.51 before we have further selling momentum all the way down to 87.83. If we do turn around from where we are, however, we're looking down to 87.83 before we see possibly a relief rally. Again, we're looking to sell due to the bearishness of the euro. It's probably going to be a sell rallies event this week anyway. So we could potentially see a bounce off the 87.83 all the way up to 88.20 before another retest from above of 87.83. Below 87.83, the next significant level is all the way down at 86.63. Again, 86.63 should come into focus if the fundamentals do play out as expected, in that we do have a rate hike by the Bank of England, and if the press conference is sufficiently hawkish, we could likely see 86.63 tested by the end of the week. If, however, if there is a degree of somewhat cautiousness by the Bank of England, it could take a bit longer to get down to 86.63. But overall, we do expect 86.63 to be met at some point within the next couple of weeks or so, or even possibly this week. Now, below that level, the very next level after that is around this 85.13. Again, it might be a bit too far to be coming to focus this week. It might be a target for next week, but again, we have to have a look at where we can see prices heading towards in the coming days or so. So to the upside again, even though we do have a bearish bias on the euro against the pound, we have to have a look at the upside levels. So 88.51, 88.73. Possibly swing highs in around this 89 level, and we've also got these two moving averages here in around 89.20, in around this zone. We've also got so in between 89 and 89.20, we would have a pretty strong area for if prices do retrace upwards, for there to be a sell-off from possibly going down to retest this 87.83. So let's just have a look at the higher time frames. So we're just going to clean this chart up, and we're going to head over to the higher time frame. So we're going over to the weekly chart first, as we usually do, see if there are any dynamic levels of resistance. Currently, we've got a 20-period moving average above us. We've got a 50-period moving average below us, and 400 and 200. They're quite a bit away, so they won't come into focus. So as we are below the 20-period moving average, we're just going to have a quick look to see where we are in relation to the 50-period moving average. 50-period moving average is currently sitting around 87.12. So we have to clear 87.83, head down quite a bit before we get down to 87.12. Now, we do have these recent swing lows in and around this 87.46, so we could potentially see some buy momentum come off this 87.46 before we head down towards this 87.13, was it? Yes, it was 87.13, 87.12, 87.13. Now let's just have a look at this weekly time frame. So this weekly time frame, we were still in a we're in a bit of an uptrend. So as you can see, we've had a series of higher lows, had a bit of a consolidation, broke out, and formed a bit of a double top in around here. And we had this sell-off. Now we were operating in the shadow of a pretty strong bearish candle. This candle just there. This candle was a strong bearish candle, and we weren't able to trade above its high. So we price action, even though we did have a couple of bullish weeks in there, we weren't able to negate the high and invalidate this candle. So the degree of bearishness was somewhat warranted, even though we did have a couple of bullish weeks. This 90.24 was a very strong level. We've tested it on two weeks, and we weren't able to break above it or close above it. So 90.24 has held, so we have to look for downside targets. We've already mentioned our immediate downside targets, and we've just mentioned the dynamic levels of possible resistance. Above us, we've got a 20 period moving average currently sitting at 89.37, but again, we're looking for a lot of resistance in around this 89 level, 89.20. So in and around that zone, we do expect to see a lot of selling momentum if we do get all the way, if we do see a bit of a recovery all the way up there. Now let's just have a look at the daily time frame before we wrap up the analysis for the euro pound. So over here, let's just have a look at this now. So on the euro pound, you can see over here, it's not really like a head and shoulders pattern. So we did have a bit of weakness over here, but that was below this 90.24 level. We can see here we sold off from 90.24, bit of a double top off this 90.24, and we've negated these swing lows here. So we've had a bit of a M pattern, which is a bearish sign, on the euro against the euro against the pound again. So we've got our highs up here, we've got our lower highs, which were tested twice, and it has held around this 90.24. So we have to look for that for the most recent swing lows on this daily time frame, which is all the way down here, along with the 200 period moving average. So that zone there would likely add as a confluence. As you can see, we did have on a couple of occasions, we've had a couple of tests and a consolidation in and around this zone. So it'll likely be a zone where we might see a recovery or relief rally, but overall we are bearish the euro against a pound. So if we do get some strong fundamentals, some strong news out in regards to the pound, coupled with the we've already had the bearishness on the line in regards to the euro, we could see further selling momentum to the downside, retesting the levels we already mentioned. So the most recent swing lows are all the way down here at the 87.46. And we've also got this 200 period average currently sitting all the way down to 87.54. So in around this 87.50, we could potentially see a bit of a recovery bounce, but that's where we're looking for prices to head over the medium term, possibly by the end of the week. So yep, that should wrap up the euro pound analysis. So before I go, LCS, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.